If your child has been battling chronic inflammation, autoimmune challenges, constant infections, chronic gut issues, and other mysterious health struggles, the chances are you've been told to manage it. Manage the symptoms, manage the diet, manage the flare-ups. But management of chronic illness and autoimmune conditions in conventional medicine looks like taking a fistful of medications daily. While management of autoimmune disorders from a functional standpoint most often looks like taking multiple fistfuls of things like vitamins, supplements, minerals, homeopathic remedies, and more. But almost no one in either form of medicine is asking a much deeper and even more important question. Why can't your child's immune system calm itself down in the first place? And that's where the vagus nerve gets to enter the conversation. This video is for parents who are exhausted from chasing the symptoms and who have already tried the medications, the more restrictive diets, the supplements, the specialist appointments, and who are ready to understand the deeper root cause that's actually triggering their child's chronic immune struggles. We see this pattern constantly at other pediatric experience and certified offices around the US and the globe. It starts as colic, then reflux, then ear infections with one round of antibiotics and then another. And at school age, the child typically has allergies, maybe eczema, asthma. And then one day comes the diagnosis, juvenile arthritis, PANS and PANDAS. The labs reveal multiple autoimmune system markers that send the family into a whole new world of specialists and medications. And at each stage, the conventional system just prescribes another medication to try and suppress and treat the symptoms of chronic inflammation and immune system dysfunction. But what are actually the long-term side effects of that approach? And why has no one stopped to ask? Why, again, does this child's immune system keep overreacting and responding this way? So while conventional providers may continue to blame genetics or state that they simply just don't know what's causing it, a deeper dive into research shows that kids who receive multiple antibiotic rounds before age 2 are significantly more likely to struggle with allergies, asthma, gut problems, other autoimmune or inflammation-related conditions later on in life. But to find real answers as to what's happening in your child's body, or maybe even your own, goes deeper than the antibiotics themselves. And we need to look at why the infections keep happening in the first place, even when they were younger. The answer for thousands of families traces back to one thing. The nervous system has lost its ability to regulate, and that has started earlier than anyone has suspected. Most parents have heard of the fight or flight response, the gas pedal, go, go, go mode. But the body also has a brake pedal, and the vagus nerve is it. By the way, if we haven't met before, I'm Dr. Marisa, the founding doctor and owner of Homestead Chiropractic, and this video is going to be long and juicy, chock full of information. So buckle up if this is you and your child. Let's get into it. So the vagus nerve is my favorite nerve. It is the longest cranial nerve in the body. It connects the brain to the heart, to the lungs, to gut, to the immune system organs. And it is the primary driver of the parasympathetic, or that rest, digest, and regulate side of the nervous system. It controls heart rate, breathing, digestion, emotional regulation, and critically, the immune system as it's supposed to respond. When it's working appropriately, it acts like an air traffic controller that coordinates every single system in the body. When it's not working well, everything downstream loses its coordination, including the immune system and how it responds to threats. Early dysfunction of the vagus nerve can show up for us as digestive issues, sleep struggles, excessive crying, and frequent infections, which often lead to ongoing dysregulation. And that results in a nervous system that's stuck in fight or flight mode, with symptoms that are labeled and recognized, though, as sharing some sort of underlying pattern. More natural approaches that support vagal tone, like deep breathing and cold exposure, quality sleep, omega-3s, and positive social connection, are genuinely valuable. But none of those things can correct foundational neurological or nervous system interference. They just don't go deep enough to get into the body. And so if subluxation is happening at the brainstem and the upper part of the neck spine and other transitional regions of that neurospinal system, biomechanically, we are compromising the vagus nerve. And then the breathing exercises and the dietary changes support a dysfunctional system rather than correcting the dysfunction itself. Think about it like trying to remodel a house that's on a cracked foundation. Like you can put in beautiful floors and fresh paint, but until you actually fix the foundation, that structure will keep shifting. And so this is why parents consistently say, we have tried everything and it helped a little, but our child still struggles. So in order to find out if this is in fact happening for you or your child, you need to get into our office at Homestead Chiropractic and get your insight scans. This incredible technology makes the dysfunction very visible. Our neurothermal scans will often show extreme fight or flight or sympathetic dominance and dysfunction in the patterns in that upper neck area and others as well. The EMG scan shows tension interference in the brainstem, the upper neck, and other transitional regions. And then heart rate variability is really cool because in kids with autoimmune conditions, it will show depleted energy and just global nervous system exhaustion. But when the interference is cleared, the anti-inflammatory pathways of our bodies can come back online, and kids don't just feel better, but they actually regulate inflammation properly, they fight infections more effectively, and they handle stress more appropriately. So if your child is living with chronic inflammation, autoimmune challenges, or even a pattern of just escalating immune struggles that conventional medicine continues to keep managing without resolving, this is the missing piece worth exploring. The body is incredible and it knows how to heal when that interference is removed. The vagus nerve knows how to regulate the immune system and finally stop the inflammation when it's free and able to do its job. Your child doesn't need more labels, more medications, or more supplements. They need more nervous system function and regulation. So click the link in our bio, send us a DM, or schedule directly with our doctors and team at Homestead Chiropractic in Bettendorf. Let's get their nervous systems checked. Let's find out what's really going on underneath it all, because the path forward starts with resetting the foundation. And that's what we're here to help you navigate that first step.